Hi there, Transue here. Now, if this is your first time preparing for IELTS or you've taken the test before and you're wondering why you were stuck at a band 6 or a band 6.5, you're in the right place, okay? I believe IELTS doesn't have to feel like a mystery. The test follows clear rules. And once you understand IELTS scored, you know exactly what to do to get a band 7, a band 8, or even a band 9. Now, this is the reason I'm having this class today where I'll be exposing the full breakdown of how the IELTS exam is marked by the examiners. So grab a notebook and a smile. Let's make sense of the IELTS scoring. So before we jump into this, I think I should introduce myself. Okay, my name is I'm popularly known as Transue. I'm the founder of IELTS Avengers, where I help people get a guaranteed better life for themselves and their kids abroad. Okay, and most importantly, every Saturday on my Telegram channel, I go live to share strategies and tips that work. So it's important that you join me on social media now. You can scan the code on the screen right now to join the Telegram group, the Telegram channel, where you will see our past live classes and you can catch up. Okay, learn more. Or you can just see a link below this video where you can just click and go there so that you can participate in our future Saturday classes and even the previous ones as well. If you want to connect with me on social media, this is my Facebook account, Transue, and then on Instagram is IELTS Avengers. All right. So what does IELTS really test? What is IELTS about? What is IELTS? Now, IELTS is an acronym for the International English Language Test System. All right, that's called IELTS. Now, it's not just a grammar or vocabulary exam, right? It's a communication test. It measures your ability to understand and express ideas in real-world situations. All right, and you will be tested for 4 skills: listening, reading, writing, and speaking. Okay, now for each skill, you receive a band score. It's like the grading system. The grading system is called band. Okay, from band 1, which are like called non-users, and then to band 9, which are experts. Okay, and this is done in increment of 0.5. So you have like band 6, the next one is band 6.5, then band 7, then band 7.5, then 8, 8.5, then 9, which is the highest. Okay, then IS will also give you an average of the 4. So you get a band score for listening, reading, writing, and speaking. Then the average of the 4 is what they call the overall band score. So this is my IELTS result certificate. Now in this in my result, you can see in listening I got 8.5, reading I got 8. In listening I got 8.5, in reading I got about 9, in writing and speaking I got 7.5. So this is what your result certificate looks like. They call it the results. They call it the test. It's called the test report form. Okay. So when you look at this section right now, you will see that there's something called overall band score. Okay, so I got the overall band score of band 8. How did they come up with this number? They added my listening 8.5 plus my reading band 9 plus my writing 7.5 minus 7.5 divided by 4, which will give you 8.125. Since it's not up to 8.5, all right, so they reduce to 8 to band 8. All right, so do you understand this? Now here's another form of the IS test, okay, result. Now this is the type of result you will see when you within 3 to 4 days of taking your test, sometimes even 48 hours. Within 48 hours, within 2 days, you can get your results, since it's not computer based in Nigeria. Okay, so this is one you will get, all right, at first to see your performance. All right, after 7 days, then your test result report form will be ready where you can get it. This is what all right. So but this is when you want to check your result, like 2 or 3 days after taking your exam. After taking the exam, this is what you see. This one, yeah. So this is one of from my student on the mail. She got listening 8. She got listening 8. Sorry, she got listening by 9, reading 8, writing 8, and speaking 7.5. So when you sum it up, all right, and divide it by 4, you will see that it goes to band 8 as overall, which has about 8 overall band of 8 here. Easy maths, right? So now, however, though calculation overall is easy, okay, the understanding why you got the score you got is where the real magic happens. So when someone gets a band 5, most times it means that they can communicate in English, but with many errors. Okay. Then band 6 means that the person is understandable. When the person talks, person writes, person understandable, but you're usually not clear or you are not accurate. Now band 7 actually means that the person is good at English. The person can handle ideas, complex ideas, but makes mistakes here or there. Okay, makes some mistakes. Now band 8 means that the person is really good with English now. At this point, really good with English, but the person makes 1 or 2 mistakes here, small mistakes here and there in their work. While band 9 means the person is sounding very natural, very fluent, and academic. The keyword here is academic. If you're aiming for a band 9, you really have to now start sounding academic. academic in your work. So with this information, now you know the level you need to get get your desired band score. Now, for those of us who plan to relocate, of course, everybody should plan to relocate. For you taking IELTS, it means that you have a relocation plan ongoing. Getting a band 7 or above in listening, reading, writing, and speaking means you've passed, because this is what is required for most relocation plans. So, what does it take for you to get a band 7 or above in listening, reading, writing, and speaking test? Let's begin with the listening test. Okay, now the listening test has 40 questions. Each correct answer equals 1 point. So your total raw score will then be converted to a band score like this table you see. This is the exact table that we used. Okay, so the listening test, you answer 40 questions. For each correct answer you get 1 point. So after all the correct points you get, it will be converted to a band score. So let's say you get a band 7. Anybody who gets a band 7.5 in listening means that the person got 32 to 34 questions right. Now, in my listening, I got 8.5. So it means that I got 37 out of 40, or maybe 38 out of 40. My student that got a band 9 means that the student that's on the got 39 or 40 over 40. Are you getting it? So these are the listening test is marked. Now, what about reading? How do you get a band 7 above the reading? Now, reading as well has 40 questions, but the conversion is slightly different for academics and general training. All right. At this point, let me just say this, that there are two types of IELTS, and there's academics test, all right, in IELTS general training as well. So the one you will take is depending on your relocation plan. So make sure you consult your travel agent to tell you the type of IELTS you should take. Is it academics or general training? Okay. Now, if you take the academics test, the way your score is converted in academics is the way it's converted in general training, and you can see it here on the screen. Okay, so for someone who taking the academics test, for the person to get a band 8 in IELTS in reading, all right, the person to get at least 35 questions correct, 35 or 36 questions correct. But if somebody is doing general training, the person gets 35 questions correct, the person will get a band 6. The person will get a band 7, as you can see here. Okay, so the gradings are different. Now, for somebody to get a band 9, like me, I did general training, so and I got a band 9 in reading, it means that I got 40 over 40. All right, but someone who takes academics, forget a band 9. The person can afford to fail only one, but you cannot afford to fail anyone if you want to get a band 9 in reading. Are you seeing how the conversion works? So the conversion is different for academics and general training when it comes to the reading test. So now let's look at writing. What does it take to get a band 7 and above in a writing test? Okay, now the writing test is I would say the trickiest part of the IELTS exam. Why? Because writing is marked subjectively by the examiners, and they're not trained. Okay, so it's subjective. Now, unlike the listening and the reading, where the answer key determines whether your answer is right or wrong, like if you're either right or you're wrong in reading, all right. But in writing, it's not like that. The examiner evaluates your work and grades it. All right, so subjective. So in the writing test, you'll be given 2 tasks in the writing test, task 1 and task 2. Now, in general training, you'll be writing a letter in task 1. All right, and you write an essay in task 2. Now, while in academics test, you will write an essay in task 1 and another essay in task 2. So academics folks are writing 2 essays. General training folks will write 1 letter and 1 essay. So the examiner will evaluate your letter or essay on 4 criteria. Each of them, they worth 25% of the writing test. Okay, and the first one is task response, sometimes called task achievement. Here, what the examiner is actually looking for is to check to see if your essay meets all the demands of the question. Are you getting me? So do your answer meet all the demands of the question? Now, so let's use this writing task question as an example. So it says you should spend 40 minutes on this task. Write about this following topic. At the present, the media affects people's lives significantly. What impact does this have on society? Is it a negative or positive effect? Give reasons for your answer and include any relevant examples from your own knowledge or experience. Write at least 250 words. So what are the demands of this question? All right. That's what the examiner is not checking to see if you meet the demand. What are the demands? The examiner wants to know in your essay if you clearly say what impact does the information, does media have on society, right? If it is a positive, are you stating if it's positive or negative development? Now, for each of this one now, okay, are you giving reasons for your answer? Are you including examples for your answers? Does your essay contain more than 250 words? Do you get it? So these are the demands of this question, and the examiner is checking to see if you meet this demand. So in simple terms, start response is the examiner confirming how well your essay meets the demand of the question. Now, the second marking criteria you are assessed on is called coherence and cohesion. Now, don't let the words confuse you, okay? It simply means that the examiner is evaluating how logically organized or well connected your essay is. In layman's words, the examiner is checking to know how easy your essay is to read and understand, okay? Are your ideas easy to identify? Are they explained clearly? Are the examples relevant to your ideas? And in general, how easy is your essay to understand? The paragraphs that you have, do they flow from one to another effortlessly? These are the things the examiner is looking at for coherence and cohesion. While the third one is called lexical resource. This is the third marking criteria the examiner will check your essay for. So this is just a fancy word for vocabulary, all right? Here, the examiner is checking the words you use in your sentences. Are they appropriate to the context and the topic of the question? All right? Are you repeating the same word over and over again? Or you're using synonyms and paraphrases? All right? Now, the more correct synonyms and paraphrases used, the higher your score, the higher the score you will get for lexical resource. Then the fourth one is grammar range and accuracy. All right? So this for this marking criteria, the examiner is checking to see all your sentences and to know if they are grammatically correct. Now, the more grammatically correct sentences you have, the higher your score. The examiner will also check whether your sentences are overly short. Now, for grammar, all right, writing long sentences, it does not really mean that you will get good marks or high marks. No. It will only help you, long sentences will only help you if your punctuation is accurate. So if your punctuation is not really strong, if you know punctuation is not great, aim for sentences that are neither too short or too long. This way, you will not need complex punctuation and you'll be able to get the marks you need to pass the exam. So for each of the criteria, which is task response, lexical resource, coherence and cohesion, and then grammar, for each of them, all right, you'll be graded between band 1 to band 9. Then the average of the four of them is what will now become your final writing band. So let's say for tax response you get 7, coherence you get 7, lexical resource you get 6, and grammar you get 6. So to add all of them together and then divide it by 4, so the average of it is 6.5. So that you see now that's when the person eventually gets 6.5. And this is one reason why people get low, end up with a band 6.5 in writing. They are strong in two areas, maybe like tax response and coherence and cohesion, but they are poor or they are weak in two areas. Okay. To help you with this, let me give this advice. Focus on clarity and correctness, not complexity in your writing. Okay, I'm going to repeat this. Focus on clarity and not complexity. A clean, logical essay, all right, with sentences that are accurate grammatically will give you higher marks than the use of big words and trying to write complex sentences. Okay. Clean, easy to understand essays are really better. So let's now look at how to get a band 7 above in speaking. The speaking test will last for about 11 to 14 minutes and is divided into 3 parts. Right? There's part 1, where you'll be introduced to the test and ask general questions about yourself. Then part 2, where you'll be given a cue card and then expected to speak for about 2 minutes straight. Now, I always recommend that for this part 2, you keep on talking until the examiner tells you to stop, okay? Then part 3, you'll be asked questions that require you to discuss deeper ideas. Now, some students fear the speaking test, worrying about their accent, probably because they don't speak, their accent is not American, it's not British. You don't have to worry about that, okay? The examiners, they are not concerned about your nationality. They are clear about, they are focused on how clear you are. Can they understand you? That's the main thing in the speaking test. So there are 4 marking criteria that we use to do this. And each of them, they have 25% of the total speaking score. The first is fluency and coherence. This examiner checking to see how smoothly you speak and like, are you understandable? No silence in between, no long silence in between your words. And that's what they want there. That's the one they want here. Second one is literature, which is vocabulary. Examiner is checking to see if you use natural or varied vocabulary. Are you using synonyms? Are you using paraphrases? The words you are saying, are they relevant to the context of the question? Okay. And the third one is grammar. So grammar, they want to check if your grammar is correct. Okay, I hope you're not making grammatical mistakes. You're not confusing the examiner. Okay. That way, you'll be able to get good marks in grammar. The last one is pronunciation. Now, some be like, okay, if pronunciation is a back does not mean that my accent used to be good. No. Mm-mm. Pronunciation, yes, do they understand you? All right. You're pronouncing English words. You don't have to be American. You don't have to be British or using British accent. No. But the way you can understand me now, here, that's it. Okay, that's it. Are you pronouncing the words correctly? The words you are saying, can they really identify these words in English? Are you getting me? Okay. So one piece of advice I have for you in speaking is this: do not memorize. No, don't memorize vocabulary. Don't try to memorize answer. No. Instead of doing that, practice how to express your ideas naturally. Okay. Remember that the speaking test is just you having a conversation with the examiner. Once you can do that, you will get good score. Now let's now look at some of the myths, all right, unnecessary beliefs that people have about IELTS that keeps stressing them, that keeps holding them down. Now they are myths because many people believe them, but they're not true. At the point in time, I actually believe these things, but they're not true. I like that they're the one of the things holding us back from passing the exam. All right. Now, first one is this: people believe that the eye examiners are too strict or they're biased. No, that's not true. All right, the examiners are not too strict or they are not biased. The exam is a standardized exam. All right, examiners use the same rules all over the world. All right, they use the same rules all over the same marking scheme all over the world, and they get training every time. So the examiners have the IELTS themselves, they are strict with the examiners. The examiners use the same rules all over the world, and they get regular training. So if you perform the same way in any country, you will get the same score. Whether you take the test in Afghanistan or you take the test in UK or you take the test in Nigeria, it's still the same marking criteria that they will use to mark you. So anyway, you take the test, it's the same test, it's the same marking scheme. There's no bias based on the country. Now the problem is that many people don't understand the purpose of the exam. That's why they think that the examiners are biased. No. All right. The IELTS exam is used by countries or like the UK, Canada. All right. They used to ensure that only people who can effectively live and flourish in their countries, those the people that will come over. Now think about the listening test. To get the answer to get the answer to the questions, you have to listen to the audio that will be played only once. Now the people that be speaking in the audio, they use American, Canadian, British, or New Zealand accents. That's what they do, right? Now, why do you think they designed the test like that? Now, they designed the test like this because these countries, the country you want to locate to, let's say the UK now, this is how they talk there. This is how everybody talks there. So you don't want to be sure if you can understand when people talk to you. When you go to the country now, can you understand when people there are talking to you? Can you understand them? Everyday conversation, people don't repeat themselves when you're talking. They don't. So that's why the test, they don't repeat the audio. Now imagine being in Canada or New Zealand, you've gotten a job. Will you be telling your supervisor to repeat themselves when they talk to you? You will look dumb. All right. Imagine you're talking to your boss and your boss is telling you something and you don't understand because your boss is speaking in British accent. And you keep on saying, what did you say? What did you say? What did you say? It's embarrassing. That's why the listening test is designed that way, to be sure that you don't want to come to the UK, you don't want to come to Canada. You can understand them when they talk to you. Are you getting it? The reading test is like that as well. The reading test, you want to be sure that you can get information from a document quickly. You're going to a fast-paced world. You'll be getting reports, you'll be getting documents to read. All right? Can you get information from documents, from text quickly? What about the writing test? They want to be sure if you can express yourself in writing. You're writing emails in your office, you're writing reports. Can you articulate your thoughts in writing quickly? Can you do that? Because there are things you do in your workplace. Unless you don't want to do a meaningful job. You don't want to make a job that will give you good money. Are you getting it? Now, what about the speaking test? Speaking test to be sure that they can understand you. So the listening test is that can you understand them when they talk to you? The speaking test is, can they understand you when you talk to them? Are you getting it? Do you understand? So I want you to understand that this is the rationale behind the exam. So if you're not getting your desired score, it means that you're not up to that level where you can effectively live and flourish in that country. So that you cannot understand them when they talk to you, or they cannot understand you when they talk to you. You cannot articulate yourself when they're writing, and you cannot get information from documents quickly. So the IELTS test actually is a call to become a better person, a person who can effectively live and flourish in a country you want to relocate to. So IELTS is not just an exam, it's self-development. You need to understand that it's self-development. You're here to develop yourself, to become the person that can effectively live and flourish in the country you want to relocate to. So what's the next myth? The next myth that people believe. They believe that using big words increase their score. No. You see, when I was preparing for the IELTS test, I actually fell for this. Because for me, as a child, I couldn't speak English. I was born and raised in the village, okay? I was taken to a nearby town. That's where I schooled in primary and secondary school. Even the issue was that because I could not speak English as a child, all right, got through school, I struggled with the English language. I was not a dull student, but I always get my lowest mark in English. Because of this issue, my parents enrolled me for WAEC and NECO at the same time when I was to take my SSC. Now their hopes were that if I failed English in WAEC, at least I will pass it in NECO. And if it happened that I fail it in NECO, they were hopeful that I will pass it in WAEC. But guess what? The best I could come up with was 6 in English, which was the least grade required to get admission to university. When I was preparing for my IELTS test years later, I was really scared. And it made a lot of sense to me when I heard people say that using big words could increase my score. Listen, I've taken the IELTS test twice, all right? And in my last test, I got a band 8. In my writing, I got to 7.5. And I've also helped many people pass the IELTS exam. People who dreaded English language, just like I once did. This is a Rita. You can see a result. She had failed the exam she had failed the exam twice before she joined my coaching, and this is even Jovita as well. So you can see that I know what I'm saying. I know what I'm talking about. All right. The truth is this: using big words is one of the reasons many people fail the IELTS exam, especially the writing test. When you attempt to use words that are beyond your grasp, words you don't use every day, you know what happens? The chances of you misusing them or misspelling them will be very high. All right, using the wrong vocabulary just because you think it's a big word or spelling them incorrectly ultimately lowers your score. Now, in contrast, using simple, clear, and correct English, you're rewarded. All right, because the examiners are more interested in correctness and clarity over memorized and flashy vocabulary. All right, and the third myth is the lie that practicing lots of mock tests automatically raises your score. Now, I've seen a lot of people who have practiced hundreds of past questions, yet they failed the exam. This is a testimony of my student, Chinemeka. She failed the exam 4 times. All right, and the best she could get was listening 6, reading was 5.5, speaking 7, writing 6.5. After failing the exam 4 times, so this is the best she could get. All right, now you telling me that taking the exam 4 times, she did that in all 4, she did not study with past questions. Of course she did. Now, why did she still fail the exam 4 times despite using past questions? Now, I know why. Because I've been there as well. When I was preparing my first test, that was in 2018, 2019. Okay, I spent over $700 gathering IELTS past questions and getting IELTS training. As of today, if you were to put that in using today's exchange rate, $700 is about $1 million. So don't assume that, oh, I don't believe in past questions. No. The issue is that even after I spent so much money on past questions and practicing diligently, I still felt like I was never going to make it. I kept procrastinating my exam for 10 months until I realized one truth, that the key to confidence and success is to practice strategy, not just questions. I'm going to repeat that. The key to confidence and success is to practice strategy, not just questions. What you should do is to get proven IELTS strategies. Next, practice the strategy using past questions. This is how we moved in Jamaica from band 5.5 in reading to band 8.5. This is how we moved up from listening 6 to listening 8.5. Without using proven strategies and reflecting, all right, when practicing past questions, you're just wasting your time. All you will do is to reinforce your bad habits and your mistakes. This is how people end up failing the exam over and over again, because they have not realized that you practice strategy and not just questions. Let's now answer this question. How can you not guarantee you get a 7.5 and above on exam day? Now, again, I'm in a good position to tell you this because I passed the exam, all right? And even this is not one of my students' results. Yeah, passed the exam as well. So I can boldly tell you that, see, I'm in a good position to do this. This is also Alo, yeah. Alo had failed the exam 3 times before we met. Going through my training, he passed the exam. This is also failed the exam 4 times. Or after going through my training, she passed the exam. So I'm in a good position to answer this question. That to show you how you can pass the exam even though you failed the exam several times. Do you know how you get it done? The way to guarantee a band 7.5 and above on exam day is to do just one thing, and that's to be 100% prepared for all the possible questions to be asked on exam day. This is what my students and I agreed to do before we take the exam, and the reason we excel every single time. Be 100% prepared for all the possible questions you'll be asked on exam day. I might be asking, how can I do this? Is it possible to know the possible questions I'll be asked on exam day? The answer is yes. Take a look at all the possible questions you'll be asked on exam day for listening, for reading, for writing task 1, writing task 2, and even speaking. This is called the IELTS course outline. This is like the syllabus that IELTS examiners use to set your questions you answer on exam day. All the questions that you meet on exam day are from here. No question you meet that is not of this question type. Are you getting me? So to make sure that myself and my students only get a band 7.5 and above every single time, I came up with the formula and I call it the ICC formula or the IC code formula. This is it for all the question types, okay? You will learn how to easily identify the question type. Now, why should you do this? It helps you to accurately predict all the possible questions you meet on exam day. So no question you meet on exam day that you will not know. All right? You have to do this. It's very, very important. People fail the exam because they miss strange questions. Once you do this, there will not be any strange questions for you on exam day. Then step 2 is to be aware of the tricks that IELTS play to make you fail the question type. This is very important. You don't want IELTS to make a fool of you on exam day. I've seen many cases where candidates finish all the questions and believe they've cracked the exam, but exam day they get the shock of their lives by ending with low marks. So my so-called they pay for a remark only to find that their score remained the same, exactly the same. They don't change. Why? They most likely were choosing the wrong answers, thinking they're picking the right one. Listen, in each of the question type, IELTS they play silly tricks to make you pick the wrong question. If you're not aware of the tricks that IELTS play and know how to avoid them, you will end up like this candidate, and that's not what you want. And the third step is to master proven step-by-step strategy that gets you correct answer fast for each of the question type. This is crucial. When you meet your question, you recognize the question, you know the IELTS tricks to watch out for and avoid. The one thing you don't want to do is to waste time thinking of how to not figure out the correct answer. No. See, on exam day, time is short. What should happen is this: to see the question, you recognize the question type, avoid the misleading tricks that IELTS play, and immediately you apply the step-by-step strategy. You get the correct answer quickly and move on to the next question. This is how to beat the clock. This is how to beat time. And this is exactly why step 3 is something you should not joke with. Take it from me. Before you register for the IELTS exam, you must master a proven step-by-step strategy to getting the correct answer fast. There's no other way, unless you don't want to pass the exam in one setting. Now, let me show you how important this is using Dr. Emmanuel as a case study. Now, Dr. Emmanuel lived most of his life in the northeast of Nigeria, which is the heart of program terrorism. He studied in Maiduguri, practiced in Gomi for over 6 years. Now, I want you to imagine living among bomb blasts, kidnapping, and killings every single day. Like you're living in a place where there's no value for life property. You can drop your kids at school on your way to work. Then in the afternoon, you get a call from a stranger demanding 15 million naira ransom, or you will not see your kids again. That's how life was for Dr. Emmanuel, and that's what the reason for taking the IELTS exam, so he can qualify for medical exams and practice in the UK and relocate his family too. But they ended up getting a band 5 when he had a band 7.5 or above. At this point, he desperately needed to reach band 7.5, otherwise his life and children's life will potentially be in danger. And this is why he approached me for help, and I explained to him the IELTS formula. And here's it again: that for each of the question type, make sure you learn how to identify the question type, be aware of the tricks that IELTS to make you fail that question type, and master a proven step-by-step strategy that gets you the correct answer fast. And make sure you do this for all the question types. And the problem was that he didn't take this to heart. He only prepared for some question types and ignored the rest before taking his test again. So in the mission, do you know what happened? He made questions he wasn't ready for. He entered unfamiliar questions and hadn't mastered a proven step-by-step strategy to quickly get the correct answer fast. On result day, he didn't get his required band 7.5. But do you know what struck him? By following the IELTS formula halfway, he moved from reading 5 to reading band 6. From listening 6, he moved to listening 7.5, and from writing 6, he moved to 6.5 and got to 7.5. Now, immediately he saw his improvement. He thought, like, what if he had followed the IELTS formula seriously? You see, that same night of seeing results, he booked for the next available exam. This time, he went back to the IELTS formula and implemented it to overdrive and was ready for any question IELTS would throw his way. And then he took his test again. Now, in his first attempt using the IELTS formula correctly, a line reading 7, listening 8, writing 7, and speaking 7.5. As a matter of fact, let's hear from Dr. Emmanuel himself.
When the test came out yesterday, I said, wow, Triumph has done it. No, seriously, I can't imagine how I felt the last minute. I want to thank you for this idea you brought. I want to thank you for bringing up this initiative. Yeah. You saved me a lot of money. You know, you saved me a lot of time and stress. Since yesterday, I'm emotional about it.
Now, can you see why it's so crucial that you follow the IELTS formula all the way? It's a sure way to pass the exam in one sitting. And you can choose not to follow it, but I assure you, you're only setting yourself up for failure like Dr. Manuel did until he learned his lesson. Now, this is the reason why I created the IELTS Cheat Code Pledge, and I want you to say it after me. Before you register for the IELTS exam, I pledge, when I say this, I pledge that for all the question types, I will do the following. I will learn how to easily identify the question type. I'll be aware of the tricks that I expect to make me fail the listening, reading, writing, and speaking test. I will master a proven step-by-step strategy that gets me the correct answer fast. So help me God. And if you said this, I want you to type one in the comment section below. Okay? Even here, Oreva, one of my students, I said she followed this pledge. She kept this pledge. And that's why she was able to project exam despite not having time to study. You look down here, you will see she did it within 3 weeks. 3 weeks, just 21 days. That's less than a month. So if you want to share your testimony before the year runs out, you need to keep to the ICC pledge as well. And let me just take the time to answer. Let's answer the question. How did Oreva able to do it in 21 days? And how can you do this? Let's say in the next 1 month, next 30 days. How can you do this? So you can share your testimony as well. Now, when you look at the IELTS course outline, you realize that for the listening, there are 8 question types. Reading has 12. Writing tax 1 academics has 7. General training tax 1 has 2. Tax 2, writing tax 2 has 5 question types. While speaking has 3 parts. So in all, we have 37 question types to cover. All right. So it means that if you focus on just 2 question types per day, within 90 days, you would have covered the entire IELTS course outline. 2 times 19 is 38, right? So for these 19 days, you dedicate at least 2 hours to your IELTS. Call it your IELTS time. All right. So on this your IELTS time, you will follow the IELTS formula to prepare for the question type of the day. And don't tell me that you don't have time. Okay, wherever you she did not have time, but she had 1 hour before going to bed, 1 hour after waking up. You can do the same. All right. So 1 hour before going to bed, you can just focus on one question type. Then when you wake up in the morning, you can just wake up 1 hour earlier than usual. You dedicate it to 1 hour to one question type. Are you getting me? All right. You can even dedicate your office break studying, focus on just one question type. Are you getting this? Something you can do? All right. Oliver did it as well. She did it. No laziness. She didn't procrastinate. She didn't make any excuse, and that's why she was able to get this done. And the best thing you can do is to follow on her footsteps. But if you don't, you won't get the result that she got. All right. So right now you have 2 options. The first one is for you to execute the actual formula on your own. So this means that you research how to identify the equator yourself. You will study equator by yourself to know the tricks that I explained that you must avoid, and then you will develop your own step-by-step strategy to get the correct answer fast. Now you can do this. I did this and it took me 10 months. All right. But you can take the next option, which is to join my Bandit Day challenge coming up very soon. Now, with the day challenge, I'm going to give you my step-by-step strategy for all of them. We'll do this together. All right, we'll implement the ICC formula together. Now, here's how it works. So, I've created an exclusive Telegram group where for 30 days, I'll be giving you my cheat codes to 2 question types. All right, now for each question type, I'll give you real IELTS questions that you like to meet on exam day, so you can use them to master the cheat codes you will get. So, week 1, we will focus on listening and writing tax 2, while week 2, we'll focus on academics and general training for writing tax 1. All right, and then week 3 dedicated to reading and speaking tests, while week 4 is practice, CBT practice, with questions you will likely meet on exam day about that. So 2 question types per day. In 90 days, you record the entire IELTS course outline, and in remaining 11 days, you practice with questions you will likely meet on exam day. Now, see, you may not crash the exam in 21 days like whatever, but you definitely be crushing the exam in 30 days, which is not bad, right? At least you'll be celebrating like another year now living in Birmingham, UK, or you're jubilating like Nurse Solope Unai 7, reading 8.5, writing 7, and 7, and is set to leave the country, and all for just 2,000 naira per day. Yes, that's what it takes to join the bandit challenge. 2,000 naira per day, which is 2 payments of 30,000 or 1 payment of 55,000 naira. Yes, with 2,000 naira per day by 30th of next month, you'll be able to accurately predict the possible questions you meet on exam day. You never for the trick that I explained to make you fail the listening, reading, writing, and speaking test. Now, for each question type, you are smart the examiners with cheat codes that get you the correct answer fast. You will take the exam with full confidence that you're definitely passing it. Even if you're terrible at English and don't have time to study, you get your desired score in one sitting and never have to worry about the exam in your life again. Be free to further your education plans and celebrate next year Christmas with your family abroad. All for just 2 payments of 30,000 or 1 payment of 55,000. And you'll be smiling to your just like we're many more year. Only to Lagos, she's scored listening 8, reading 7, writing 7.5, and speaking 8. Or you'll be dancing to your desired just like I do okay for my Bukota, online listening 9, reading 7.5, writing 7.5, and speaking 7.5 on a very first attempt after 6 years of avoiding the IELTS exam. Let's hear from her.
Yeah, this is my wife. Her name is Ololade. Okay.
You sent me very much. If you had what's the result again? Just call it out from listening, reading, writing, and speaking. What did you get exactly in each of?
Okay.
Listening 9.0.
Wow.
Writing 7.5. Reading 7.5. Speaking 7.5.
In your first attempt, after 6 years of deciding not to take any
read,
exam in your
yes.
life.
Yes.
Wow. Now, quickly, let me say this. The Bani 30 challenge is starting on the 2nd, okay? And once we begin, registration ends, so you have limited time. All right, the challenge will be happening in a private Telegram group. So if your job or your business takes your time, you will to catch up with it because everything will be recorded. All the resources, all the replay of the live classes, everything will remain in the private group, even after the challenge is over. So you can continue studying with them and celebrate with Banson Papa and Abo whenever you choose to take it, just like Joy from Kaduna, who didn't have much time to study, but she still analyzed 7.5, reading 7, writing 8, and speaking 7.5, or like the Toy Ife, who closed the exam with listening 9, reading 8.5, writing 7, and speaking 8. And if you failed the exam in the past, no problem. This is one of my students, Oge, yeah? You celebrate like her as well. All right. All you have to do is simply click the button below this video. You will see a button below to join the Bandit Challenge, or you can just go to selar, selar.com/B1830 days to sign up right now. Now, in case you're wondering, what's the guarantee that you will pass the exam when you join the Bandit Challenge? Now, here's what Jenny has to say. She says that I'm a living testimony thorough tutorial of Mr. Triumph. You will surely pass if you focus on the strategies well and do your daily assignment diligently. You see, come. The 30 challenge is a proven system that works. I've shared hundreds of testimonies with you here. Okay, and there's even more. Now, so that's why I need you to promise me that you will practice sheet codes you'll be getting daily. You have to promise me that you will do your daily tasks and submit your assignment when due, and you implement the corrections we'll be giving you. Because if you don't do these things, your success is not guaranteed. Your success is guaranteed when you make this commitment to me and you fulfill this commitment. Because that's the only way you can guarantee that you will pass the exam and celebrate, just like, okay, who is saying that I'm back to say thank you. Stumbling on your page and taking your class was what it was. Her first attempt, done and dusted. She took computer-based test. If you're worried, computer-based, would you have to computer-based? Yes, you have to computer-based. She said she had taken the class more seriously. She had gotten a band-aid, signing out graciously. Even this is success here. I've shown this one earlier. She said she wanted to appreciate my teaching, that she got a required band score. After finishing the exam 4 times to other coaches. Even this is Olamide saying, what people don't know is this. There's no how they will attend your class and go get your materials, they won't pass. Now, even their jazz, use your material 21, you got to about 7.5. It says, if not at the expired, then we come to the right again. Say my teachers are talking, and this is what he is saying. You say, thank you so much. Materials are again so much. I keep watching the videos until I master the steps and master mistakes to avoid. I see your changing. They said I've used 2 different tutors, and your work can't be compared to theirs. These people have tried other people, tried other tutors, and they are doing challenge, and they are saying this.
Okay, hi everyone. My name is Ade, and I'm here to share my testimony with you guys. Okay, some months back I registered with Triumph for some IELTS tutorials. I'm a nurse back home in Nigeria, and I'm glad to let you guys know that I'm now a nurse in the UK. I got a 7.5 in reading from 6 and a band of 8 in listening from 6 also.
So what's your major advice? What's your major advice for people in your shoes in Nigeria right now?
Well, as for me, especially for nurses, because the opportunity is there.
Okay.
So far you pass the exams. You just try as much as possible to put in all effort. If it's worth you borrowing money, I'm telling you, it's worth it. Even if you don't have the money now and you want to pass the exam, just try as much as possible to borrow from somebody that is reliable and know that it's okay, you can confide in. Just borrow and put in all your efforts. So far you pass, you have the necessary requirements, you are good to go. Because the opportunity is there for nurses to come in, nurses, doctors, even pharmacists.
Now I want you to understand that this is an investment, okay? An investment that will change your life and keep life forever. Now the Bani challenge is priced 2,000 naira per day. This means that for the entire 30 days, that's 60,000 naira, right? Now, however, we don't accept 2,000 naira daily payment because it attracts too much bank charges. Also, keeping track of those who make payments and those who do not is active, especially when we have to do it every day for the 30 days. This is the reason why we only accept 2 payments of 30,000 for those who want to pay in installment, or 1 payment of 55,000 and for those who want to pay for the entire 30 days once. Now, truth be told, there's a lot you can do with 55,000. Okay, for the guys, you can get a good pair of shoes that will save for a couple of years. The ladies, you can get a handbag or even a meal polish in my hair. You might even use it to get gifts for your kids or feed for a week or two. But the question is this: what long-term value will this give you compared to participating in the Bandit Challenge? Now, right now, 55,000 cannot get you a set of quality non-stick pots. If you want, it cannot get you a 20-liter microwave, not even a bag of rice. But do you know what it gets you when you invest it in the Bandit Challenge? Freedom to accomplish your education dream and celebrate next Christmas with your family abroad. Freedom from feeling inferior to your friends and colleagues living abroad. Freedom to live and work abroad where you live when you earn in pounds and dollars instead of now that seems to be losing value every day. You get that sense of pride and joy for sending money back home in pounds and dollars. You guarantee a better life for yourself and your kids. Have your kids attend British, Canadian, or US schools absolutely free of charge. Grow to see your kids forever grateful that they have your parents and be the reason your future generation will enjoy their abroad privileges from death. All for just 2 payments of 30,000 or 1 payment of 45,000. As you can see, this is an investment of a lifetime. And if you really want to change your life and accomplish your education dream, this is a no-brainer. Tap the button below this video, or just go to seller.com/be8 in 30 days to join right now, and let's make your dreams come true. Remember, registration ends on the 1st. And here's some good news: when you sign up for the Bandit Challenge right now, I'm going to give you access to my IELTS sheet codes before the challenge starts, and much more. Based on Oriver success and speed, I create what I call the IELTS sheet plan, so you can see on the screen right now. Okay, now when you follow what's inside this sheet plan, you're going to definitely get your desired score. All right, even if you have just 3 weeks left, and you are getting this for free when you sign up for the Bandit Challenge right now. So tap the button below, or go to seller.com/be8 in 30 days to get started. Not just that, you're going to get access to the sheet code, like I said, for the listening, reading, writing, and speaking, so that you can start preparation right now. And also give you access to my past question vault, which is worth over 300,000, including CBT practice test. They are inside as well. Yes, when you sign up for the Bandit Challenge right now. Now, everybody in the grammar knows that the IELTS exam in Nigeria is not fully computer based. Okay, so this means that if you want to pass the exam, you don't just use only IELTS strategies. You need to work on your computer, your computer skills and your typing speed. This is the reason why I've created the IELTS typing mastery course. Okay, actually, it's more than a course. Like, it's a program where you get to improve your typing skill before we start the challenge proper. It's ongoing right now. All right, and you get access to it for free when you join the Bandit Challenge right now. When you sign up for the challenge right now, this program alone is 50,000. Yes, it's just this program is just 50,000. When you join the challenge right now, I'm going to give you access to it for free. The reason why I'm giving all of these bonuses is to ensure that you have everything you need to crush the exam, starting for this, so you can testify like Sonny here. All right, he joined the challenge from United Kingdom and he crushed it with listening 7.5, reading 8, writing 7, speaking 7.5. This Mary as well from Akure. Yeah, Mary from Akure. She got listening 8.5, reading 8, writing 8.5, and speaking 7. Using the bonuses I'm giving you when you join the Bandit Challenge right now. So tap the button below this video, or just go to seller.com/be8 in 30 days. All right, go there, sign up right now. Do it right now, because delay is dangerous. Once you've done that, all right, you get inside access to the bonuses, including the IELTS typing mastery program as well. Now, I want you to understand that if you don't want to do this, it's fine. Okay. All right, success in life and relocating abroad is not for everybody. I've shown you everything you need to do to crack your IELTS exam. All you have to do is to follow the IELTS formula. That is, you're able to identify all the question types you meet on exam day, the mistakes to avoid, you know them, and you have your proven step-by-step to follow through when you see each question. And like I said, you can implement it yourself. Okay, it took me 10 months to do this. I just want to save you time and ensure you get your desired result fast, just like Manuela came from Ogun State, who participated in the Bandit Challenge and landed listening 7.5, reading 8, writing 7.5, speaking 7.5, their very first attempt. And Eget here from Abuja landed listening 9, reading 9, writing 7 and speaking 7.5 on their first attempt with the Bandit Challenge. Even on the main year from Abuja as well, got listening 8.5, reading 8.5, writing 7 and speaking 7 on their very first attempt with the Bandit Challenge. This could be you as well. All you have to do is to click the button below this video and join the Bandit Challenge right now. Listen, all the education pathways are getting choked. Everybody wants to relocate. If you're not fast enough, you miss that like I did. So click the button below, join the advanced challenge right now. You can go to seller.com/B8 in 30 days. All right. Remember, by this time tomorrow, the bonuses they disappear forever. And once you join, all right, just send us a message on WhatsApp. Our WhatsApp number is +234-815-408-1912. Or you can send me a mail at triumph@isamail.com. All right, so that we'll grant you instant access. Or if you have any question, you want to contact us, you can contact us via this means. Okay. So remember, the bonuses expire in the 24 hours. This is your chance to smart your desired score before the end of this year. I'll see you inside. Bye bye for now. Go to seller.com/B8 in 30 days, or just click the button below to get started right now.